What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video, we are just going to do a pretty much like a market update. Anything that you would need to know, I'm going to let you know. If you want to figure out if Bitcoin's going down, it's going up, Ethereum, we're going to talk about a few altcoins, we're going to talk about a few coins that you might want to pay attention to, because those guys are looking like they're ready to pump. If that's something you would be interested in, make sure you stick around to the end of this video. And with that said, right before I get into it, if you haven't already followed me on Twitter at _theartofcrypto, you're going to want to do so. This is where I'm sharing the latest market updates as well as any coins that you should be looking at and stuff that I normally wouldn't be able to share on YouTube due to time constraints. So if you haven't already followed me there, well, let's just say that you're missing out. So immediately before I just dive right into this video, I just wanted to get your feedback, right? I'm actually getting like kind of low-key bored of this kind of a style of video. Honestly, I could do these all day. It's my natural forte, but it'd be great if you guys could suggest some give me your opinions, right, of anything that I could try doing, styles of video that I could try doing, because honestly this is getting a bit old for me. Or if you guys appreciate my style of video and you think that this is something that you really appreciate and you really can't find anywhere else, let me know that in the comment section as well, and I'll continue doing these kinds of videos. But without any further ado, let's dive right into it. So Bitcoin, immediately right off the bat, based on the scenario that I was explaining in my last video, you currently still have not gotten to the 0.618 if you just draw a fib from that swing top to the the liquidation swing low. At the moment, if you remember, in 2 days ago, I mentioned, like 2 to 3 days ago, I mentioned that Bitcoin, after it forms like these triple bottom styles, right, it always likes to pump, right? And I don't know about you, but look at this pattern right there and tell me that doesn't look similar to this, right? 1 2 3, or maybe 1 2 3, and then you go, right? Looks pretty similar. And this goes back to what I was saying before about Bitcoin being very fractal in nature, which means stuff that happens before on Bitcoin tends to repeat itself again. And at the moment, this is exactly the kind of repeat that you are seeing. And what's next for Bitcoin? So at the moment, I did mention to look for a rejection of Bitcoin at about the 0.618 to this zone right here, but as you can see, we haven't already gotten there and we are already getting rejected. So is this a sign of concern? Honestly, I don't believe it is. I do believe that Bitcoin is still bullish, but at the moment, you really want to see Bitcoin hold this level right here at 48k, because this is not only the 0.5 fib level, but previously this has acted as resistance before, right? This is a very key area where, if I just draw this out, you can see that price always tended to find a reaction on this level. And by holding above this level, it is going to be a very good sign for Bitcoin. And that means that we have flipped, right, previous resistance into support. But in the event that Bitcoin does not hold this level, let's figure out what other levels that we might be looking at. And in this case, I'm actually going to draw a fib from this swing low over to this swing high, and using this we can find out what are the areas, like just pullback areas that we can figure out to buy Bitcoin at. And at the moment, it seems to me that this zone right here is going to be a key zone. Not only is this a bullish order block, and in the event that you do not know what is an order block, it means that it is simply an area of untapped liquidity, right? This is just an area where institutions, if they push the price to, it's going to bounce, right? At least it will have a high likelihood of bouncing. So in this case, you are going to want to mark down this level as the bullish order block. And at the moment, if you are looking for any entries into Bitcoin in the event that it dumps, then you're going to want to buy Bitcoin at these two levels at 45.3 and 44.9. These are, just immediate short-term levels that, even if we do retrace all the way back here, it still wouldn't be bearish, because if you just go into the daily chart, you can see that this right here, this candle is your swing low, because the low of this candle is shorter than the two candles, next to it. And even if you were to retrace all the way back here and go up, you can see that you are forming a higher low and potentially a higher high as well. So is Bitcoin bullish? I do think so, at least in the immediate short term. No, actually in the immediate short term, it does look like Bitcoin is trying to go down, but we'll have to see whether or not it holds this 48k level. So that is Bitcoin done. So let's take a look at Total 2. Now, if you watched my video yesterday, I said that Total 2 was on the verge of a breakout, and for you guys to build altcoin positions, because if it breaks out, then altcoins are going to run. And to those of you who took my advice, congratulations, because I gave you guys a couple of setups from yesterday, and Rune especially has been like doing well. Like I think it pumped over 10%, just over 20%. Like congratulations to the people who took this trade. I called this yesterday in my video, and if you're wondering where I'm going to start calling these videos, you want to watch till the end of this video, right? I always sprinkle in some bonuses for people who watch till the end. So at the moment, total 2 is at this resistance right now at 1.3 trillion. Now, if we do manage to flip this, right, just like Bitcoin, if we do manage to go up above this and find support on that level, then altcoins are going to do another pump again. So you're going to want to look for altcoin positions, right, once total 2 breaks above this. And at the moment, you could argue that it would be a bad idea to build altcoin positions right below resistance. So it would be better for you if you wait for total 2 to break out and go for the retest, right? When it reaches this point back, then you can build your altcoin positions and they should do generally pretty well. Now, the other thing that I wanted to update you guys was Bitcoin volatility. So if you just take a look at Bitcoin volatility right now, it has went back to support. So is this like, does this mean that Bitcoin volatility is about to pump again? That is absolutely not what I'm saying, but just be aware that in the event that Bitcoin does form, like just go for a hard rejection, then imagine if Bitcoin really does start retracing, then not only are you going to get total 2 because it's at resistance right now, technically it should be going down. So if Bitcoin does a hard dump from here, then total 2 is going to dump, and then not only that, you're going to get a rise in BVOL because Bitcoin volatility is at support right now. So should you be cautious? Perhaps, but this is going to be the argument against being cautious. At the moment, you can see that funding rates across the board are still very, very neutral. So I really do not expect any like huge moves over the next few days, but I could be wrong. But just in my humble opinion, I do think that you're not going to get like some massive liquidation swings on Bitcoin over the next, 48 hours. That could change, but just based on the odds of Bitcoin, volatility, just taking a chill pill, it shouldn't be too big of a move happening. And the next thing that you're going to want to pay attention to is Bitcoin dominance, right? Overall, it does seem that the market is about to find support, right? The market, especially for altcoins, they look like they're about to go for a little retrace because Bitcoin volatility currently is Bitcoin dominance is currently going back to, find support at this level, right? Roughly this level. And at the moment, if Bitcoin does find support at this 41 level, then you're going to get a rejection of total 2, and you're going to get, Bitcoin probably doing something not friendly for altcoins, and that's when you are going to get a rejection across altcoins across the board, right? And in the event that you do get pullbacks, I have to say this to you guys right now because things are looking bullish. So in the event that you get any pullbacks, you are going to want to buy the pullback, right? When you're bullish, you buy the pullbacks, right? When you are bearish, which means when, the price is going down, then you short the pumps, right? You short the pumps. But when you are bullish, you buy the pullbacks. You do not buy over here when things are pumping, right? Always buy when it's being like super boring. And at the moment, talking about super boring, I also want you to take a look at all altcoins that sort of have this pattern at the moment, right? You look at Cipher and you can see that it has formed sort of like a triangle over here, or a bear pennant, right? A bearish pennant, because pennants tend to be continuation patterns, and you can see that this is a pretty big dump. But does this mean that Cipher is gonna start dumping? That's not what I'm saying. In fact, if it breaks out, then it's going to move really well. And I want you to look out for patterns like this, because if you see Rune, it sort of formed this kind of pattern as well. YFI, I called this in my private Discord group. This had a similar pattern as well, and you can see how well that did, right? Absolutely amazing. And the reason why I was able to call Rune yesterday, I should have called more DeFi coins, but the reason why I was able to call Rune to such accuracy was because of DeFi perp, right? If you pay attention to DeFi perp, this tells you what DeFi coins are going to be doing, right? This is sort of like an index. It's sort of like a combination, a sort of basket. It's an index, right? It's an index of, pretty much like top 50 or top 100 DeFi coins. I'm not too sure about the exact numbers, but this generally gives you an idea of what DeFi is about to do. And by DeFi, I'm talking about coins like Aave, Balancer, Rune, you've got Compound, you've got YFI, you've got, a bunch of them, right? A lot of coins fall under the basket of DeFi, right? Sushi, 1inch, stuff like that. And this will tell you when it starts moving, just like how Total 2 tells you when altcoins are going to start moving, just like how Bitcoin Dominance tells you when alts are about to, perhaps take a hit. DeFi tells you when DeFi is about to move. And at the moment, you're going to want to mark down this level at 13k, because this is a major level for DeFi. And you can see that once we broke above DeFi at 13k and then we found support on it, right? Look at how beautifully all the DeFi coins pumped. And you have to understand that this is an index, which means just because something moved, like, I don't know, let's move this down a little bit and let's see how much that moved. Just because something moved 5%, like, it might seem small here, but you have to understand that a 5% move in DeFi perp probably means there are billions of dollars flowing into DeFi, and that's why you see coins on the top performing indexes today mostly consisted of DeFi coins. So this is just a tip for you. In the event that DeFi actually goes back to 13k, this is going to be where you're going to want to open some DeFi positions and, you know, ride a wave. At the moment, the next resistance is going to be at 14k. If it starts reaching for this level right here, then this would be, right, from this point onwards, it's going to be like about a 6% pump. And in the event that it does do that, then DeFi is going to absolutely take off. So make sure you pay attention to DeFi. This is DeFi season. And, you know, just now I was mentioning about these triangle patterns. You're really going to want to pay attention to them, because I called this in my private Discord group at ENJ, right? ENJ, I called this in my private Discord group. So just look for patterns like this, right? Just accumulate like consolidation patterns. Look for patterns that have an apex. For example, this right here, this had an apex, which is over here, right? Somewhere about here. And when you find something that has an apex, you sort of remove time as a variable, right? When it gets to this point, you can immediately see that, hey, it's either going to break out or it's not, right? But, you know, it's decision time. It's either going to break to the upside or it's going to break to the downside. This removes time as a variable. You don't need to guess like, hey, if I buy here, how long is it going to take to break out or go down, right? And the other bonus that you get from looking for setups like this is the fact that once you get to the apex, right, you generally have a very good stop loss area, right? You could just set your stop loss if you're going long, just right beneath there. Whereas if actually, I'm just going to draw this thing out right now because it's annoying having to draw it all the time. So imagine if you bought it right here, where would you set your stop loss, right? You can't set it here, right? That's huge. But if you buy it near the apex, then your stop loss becomes very obvious, because if you're going long, it's not supposed to break below the pattern. And if you're going short, it's not supposed to break above the pattern. So your stop loss would be here. And in the event that you do see patterns like this, make sure you take advantage of them. And if you feel like this is something that you want to explore a bit more, just understanding how to trade, and maybe you want to step your trading game up to the next level, you're going to want to check out the private Discord group. Over here, you're going to get access to an education where I lay down everything that I've learned over the years. And over here, you're going to learn everything that works and learn to discard 90% of the things that don't work. As a bonus, you're going to get daily market updates, right, in real time. If Bitcoin dumps, if Bitcoin pumps, like basically every day, I'm just going to tell you, hey, what's going to happen to the market, and so you can make some informed decisions. Not only that, but we are calling profitable trading setups literally every single day, and we have people making money like literally every day. And to put it simply, we are like, you're probably going to pay off this Discord group pretty easily. And as a bonus, you can follow along in the 10k to 100k challenge as well. So if you're interested, make sure you check out the private Discord group in the link in the description below. So now we get into some bonus trading setups, like your favorite part, right? That's what everyone here is for. At least I hope not. But this is going to be your bonus trading setups. You're going to want to take a look at Cipher, right? Cipher is looking absolutely amazing, right? This is the exact pattern that I like to trade. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to mark out this level at 6.5. And when you break out above this level right here, you're going to buy along the breakout, or you're going to buy the bullish retest. The reason why you do so, like compared to any other, trading method, is so that you can set your stop loss literally right below this level. So a breakout is supposed to break out. It's not supposed to come back down. So if the event, like in the event that it does come back down, then, you can just get stopped out with a minimal loss. And the take profit targets for Cipher is going to be at about 6.65, 6.8, 7.2. And I actually marked this down on the perpetual charts. So the TPs are going to be 6.7, 6.97, 7.2, 7.45, 7.7, 7.87, 8.11, 8.35, 8.7, 9.23. Now, you're going to want to use these levels, right? Basically, as you're going up, you're going to want to take profit in increments, right? You just want to use these levels as reference points for you to take profit at. So maybe take 25% here, 25% here, and leave the rest as a moon bag. It's up to you. And this is something that I have called in my private Discord group way before I post this video. So, if you just want to get the latest, all the trading setups, then check out a private Discord group. Now, the second trading setup that you're going to want to pay attention to is going to be HBAR. Now, HBAR is like, if you watch my channel for any period of time, you understand that I always talk about how markets move in phases of consolidations and expansions. At the moment, this is your consolidation phase, right? You get expansion and then you consolidate, right? You get expansion, you consolidate, expansion, consolidate, expansion, consolidate, right? You always want to buy when it's being boring, right, over here, which is over here. So you're going to want to mark down this level at about 0.4927, right? Once you break above this level, similarly, you're going to want to buy the breakout or a bullish retest of this level, and the TP targets for this trade is going to be about these levels right here, which I'm actually going to read out to you, right? So the breakout, like the TPs for a breakout of this level is going to be at 0.512, 0.52, 0.534, 0.543, 0.55, 0.568, 0.58, 0.5935, 0.6, 0.625, 0.66, and ultimately 0.715. Am I saying that, you know, it's going to reach this level? Absolutely not. And that's why you take profits on the way up. And the reason why, if you notice, I have drew the take profit levels a little bit below the fib levels, then let me explain why. So the reason why I draw it a little bit lower is because in a market, right? Think about it this way. Whenever you're losing money, you're not actually losing money. What's happening is that someone else is taking your money. So because in a market, for every loser, or basically you're trying to take other people's money. So in this case, then you're going to want to take their money before they take it from yours, right? And since everybody uses fibs, it would be in your best interest to actually take your profit just a tiny bit below the fib levels, so that, you know, you're taking your profit earlier than everyone else. So that's just a little tidbit of information for anyone who has watched until this point. And if you are watching until this point, it would be amazing if you could just comment down in the comment section below the word tidbit, so that I know who got this piece of valuable information. But with that said, if you're interested to get access to all the trading setups, then make sure you join the private Discord group. But for now, may the gains be with you, my friend, and peace.